Welcome to the next episode of Behind the Closings with Yaminah. As y'all can see around me, there are some guests with us. These are my fabulous clients. We have been working with each other for a little while now, and they are here to tell their testimonials. I'm going to introduce them. We have Quadasia, and we have AP, and she's looking at me like that, y'all, because I do not call her AP, and that's a story in itself. But y'all know on this couch, we casually talk about the behind the closings, behind the closed doors, on how transactions really go through, and really and truly the relationship that we've been able to gain. And I really am thankful for y'all being here and sitting down with me and talking through things. And also, before we get started, if you don't know how I move, we always got a drink with us. And also in this episode, we also have libations with us, bringing us our drinks. So we're really excited to have libations with us to get us started. Woo, woo, woo. And there's some other folks in the background just having a good old time with some drinks with libations as well. We're really glad to be here and to celebrate. So let's get started with this episode by how y'all know how I like to do it. Q is already getting down to it. We need to cheers. Cheers to a new year and cheers to new beginnings, but then also for y'all being homeowners. Cheers.
Cheers.
So getting right into it. Getting right into it. Talk to me, y'all. So what was your experience? And talk to everyone on here on camera, on YouTube, etc. Talk to them about what was your experience before even us meeting, and how'd you really get started to even say that you wanted to own a home?
Yeah. So I'll start if that's okay with you. So I had tried so many times to purchase a home. I mean, 5 or 6 times just throughout the years since about like 2015, 2016. And it just became such a discouraging process because it was so many failed attempts, no matter what the situation was. And so I kind of just got discouraged. And I would try again and again and again, and something will always happen. And so I just kind of felt hopeless and like I would never be able to purchase a home.
Yeah.
We all know this is a hard process overall.
Yeah.
It's not just an easy process. It's not just a transaction. It's like an emotional roller coaster, like ups and downs from the many pre-approvals I've received. And then up until I had one time, it was like a week before closing. And so, you know, just the emotions that I experienced then, like being so excited I'm about to close and then it falls through for whatever reason. And so for me, you know, I'm just so thankful for you.
Of course.
That we met you because I had given up hope when I met you. Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of people go through too, is the emotional, even before sometimes meeting an agent or meeting the right agent, right? They are discouraged on what maybe family has said, friends have said, or what lenders have said. And also as well, talk about a little bit about your background too, and like how it's the role that you have and the role that you have in the community, but also how it could be different from how lenders are looking at your profile.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. So I've been 1099 since about 2016, business owner. I'm a licensed therapist, a mental health therapist in several different states, you know, owner of a nonprofit.
Right.
Just a lot of different things. So a lot of the failed attempts were due to 1099 income.
And what's the 1099 for those who don't know?
Like being self-employed.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of it was you have to have 2 years of consistent income in the 1099, or if it was a break because I went to school to further my education or whatever, then they're like, oh, well, it was a break in between your income. And so it was just a lot of different things that kind of discouraged me and stopped me from being.
And you didn't know in the beginning that would be a factor.
No, one time I had a lender tell me that I needed to pay off some debt. And so I went and paid off my car note. Several thousands of dollars, $9,000 went up and paid off my car note at that time. And then when I called the lender back to let them know that I had paid it off, she said, oh, well, you weren't supposed to do it all at one time. That's actually going to hurt you instead of help you. And I'm like, yes. You didn't say that.
Exactly. You didn't say that finer detail, or there wasn't someone to help you at that time in the process to say, wait, let's hold on.
Yeah.
Let's not do all of it. We can do some of it. Right.
Yeah. So that was even more discouraging. For me.
Yeah. What about you?
For me, I always thought that my student loans were going to hinder me from buying a home.
Mm-hmm.
So I just never tried. I was like, I hear the stories like, oh, my student loans, you got to do 1%.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot of student loans. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot. But I was like, well, I don't have any other debt.
Right.
But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it right now until I get a good paying job. And then I'll go and reach out to somebody, you know, realtor.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I think that I had to come to realization, like, you know, do your research. Find someone who's going to work with you to understand, because you hear from other people outside noise, but truly it's about who you're working with to determine exactly what you need to do. And actually, I could have bought a house.
Right.
We could have bought a house years ago if I would have just stepped out there and say, hey, I heard this, but what is the real deal?
Exactly. Exactly. Remember, too, when we were going through the process, we were talking about so many other financial things, too, not only with the student loans, but then also how to maneuver money, right? What accounts they're looking at, how the lenders are looking at it, right? And how banks are old school and what accounts to kind of attach to things. Like, so those are some of the things, too, as well, with the student loans or other accounts where it's like, how do you kind of prepare as wanting to be a homeowner and going through these things with lenders on like, what are some things that you wish that you just kind of knew before? And one of them was the student loans, right?
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, it kind of streams from even childhood and family and your parents teaching you like financial literacy, right? Mm-hmm. I think one of the biggest things is, for me, I kind of learned it on my own.
Right.
Like, my parents were young when they had me. Yeah. So they didn't really look at, oh, let me buy a home, let me do this, do that. It was more so, hey, we just got to get it how we get it. Mm-hmm. But as they got older, they became, you know, more financial savvy. But at that time, I was at an age, I'm in college, right, coming out of college now, where I'm like, wait, I didn't learn this. Now I got to learn it myself. Mm-hmm. So not only with just the student loan piece, it was, hey, how do you maneuver your money? How do you set aside money to buy a house? Mm-hmm. Your credit, you know, how to maintain it, how to make sure, you know, you stay in the right position. So when you want to buy something, you're prepared. Exactly. So I think that was one of the biggest things that I learned through this process. Mm-hmm. And so now that we are in the space we are, like, it's no going back. Right.
Yeah. Like we said, when you purchase a home, it's like purchasing a home will always teach you how to be financially responsible, but it will also change the way you look at money, right? I joke all the time when talking to others about our relationship as y'all being the client and me, the realtor, but also just after the closing too. We talk about it all the time, how we still hang out. Yeah. We still talk about things financial too. I tell that to people. I say, my client still called me today and we're like, I need to pay off a bill. I had a client call me the other day and was like, girl, I need to pay off $9,000 worth of something. And I was like, okay, right. It's like good that we're talking about it, but it's also like we've been through the house, so we might need it for the next time. But it's more so we're so used to having those conversations where it's like we can share those things with each other to say, oh, I need to. It's top of mind because when you bought the house, it's like I need to make sure that these things are done financially, and then we continue sometimes a year after and be like, you know what, I went crazy on spending, but that's okay, right? And we talk about it still, like, what do we need to do to get back there? So when we're still looking at houses in the future, we know we need to be ready for as well.
For sure.
But even jumping to the future, which y'all know we've already talked about it. When y'all come to events and stuff, they be like, this is the next house I want. Yes. And we be like, you just got in here. Hold on, wait a minute. Let the equity get in, right?
Looking for the next
thing. You start getting that itch. Once you buy a house, you get that itch because it feels like it takes so long to get there. Once you're there, you're like, oh, that was it? Yeah. Right? I can do this again, right? Let me know when the price right. I'll do it again, right? But even that, let's talk about then the journey, even how we met, right? Because we met in passing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We met in passing. I was working at an open house with Ryan Holmes, Tan Oak. Shout out to my great partner, Lauren Fox at Ryan Holmes at the time. And she now develops their land there, which is amazing. But yes, she was there at Tan Oak. We sold out Tan Oak, but it just wasn't a great fit for y'all. Y'all thought it was. What's that house? What is that floor plan that y'all will never forget when it comes to Tan Oak? Go ahead.
The Marigold.
The Marigold. They still to this day love that marigold.
Listen.
Yeah.
And they thought that marigold was it,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
But even when we met in passing, I remember y'all were kind of, I'm gonna be real, y'all was kind of standoffish, like, who this girl over here coming to us at
something.
at the marigold and being like, what you want, right? But I did chase y'all down and I was like, I can help y'all.
Yeah.
So even with that, I think you tell the story sometimes when we're talking to people or when we're out, you like, you didn't believe me.
Yeah.
You was like, I did not believe you. Yeah. I remember she was looking at me like, we got this going on, this going on, this going on while we was walking down that street. You remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and
yes. Yeah, you were. Yeah, because of the multiple failed attempts.
Right.
Like, this somebody else trying to sell me a dream. Like, she gonna say she can help me, and then we're gonna realize that she can. And so I didn't even want to get my hopes up to think that you would be able to help me. Mm-hmm. But something about you, just your energy and your presence, and it was just like instant trust, right? Mm-hmm. And built. And so I was like, let me just trust her. Let me try one last time. It's been years since I tried. Let me just try again. And when I say you were with us every step of the process, like many people would have gave up. Mm-hmm. You stayed there. You gave us options. You coached us on what to do. And I just don't know any other realtor that like is going to stay with you from start to finish. A lot of times they're like, oh, you're not really what we're looking for. I can't really help you right now. Like, you're not going to be an instant sale. Right. And so that is true. They kind of just, put you to the wayside and think like, oh, okay. But you're like, well, here's the option. Do this, this, and this. And then we really had to trust you on what you said and the connections that you had, because even with when we met, like for credit repair and stuff, remember? Yes, that was from the beginning. You had to pay off some stuff. Yes. And we were like, we're trusting you. Mm-hmm. Like, we trusting you. Because it was like a phase in it. It was like we had to start, y'all know I have all my clients and everybody on the team to have their clients start with My FICO. Mm-hmm. Shout out to My FICO, partner with My FICO, because we got our clients go to My FICO. But My FICO to get that mortgage score, right? Mm-hmm. And so once you have that mortgage score, being able to then tell us, what do we need to be able to do next? Mm-hmm. And for us, that's what it was, right? It was for us to say, okay, just because you heard it from other lenders or just because you heard it from other folks doesn't mean you don't have the potential either. Mm-hmm. You guys were at a place where we knew that there were things to be done, but those things could jumpstart you. And it did. Y'all are part of the testimony even from my end as well when it comes to a credit part, because even though it was a lot of work, from a list, y'all did it in 2 months. Y'all were able to drastically jump in 2 months. And that's exactly what you want to do, right? It's like they gave you the list of what to do. Y'all did it and y'all did it quickly. And I haven't had any other clients do that. So shout out to y'all to doing that. That I use it as a testimony too, to others to say, if you do these things, it can be done in 2 months, right? You just have to do it and drastically it can be done. And y'all did that. And I know it was a lot, and I know it was a lot of work and a lot of things you had to send off to it. But now, once we did that, in that 2 months, I can't forget, I was in the car. I was even talking to my mom, and I was like, they did it, Mom, in 2 months, right? And I was like, oh, y'all, we need to go shopping. I remember on that phone call with the credit person, I said, guess what, y'all? That means pack your bags. It's time to go shopping. And we did, right? Because once you get that ready, then we're able to go shopping. And we did that. And once you're able to go shopping, what we did was we took kind of a list from both of y'all on your wish list items. Do you remember what some of those wish list items were then at all? Open concept.
She wanted at least 4+ bedrooms. Mm-hmm. She carries a lot of stuff.
And you wanted an office to work in.
Definitely. That was important.
And you like to cook and have a lot of opportunities to host and having private dinners that you were already doing. You're still doing those. Absolutely. Shout out to that too. Also, she does meal prep too if you need somebody. But yes, so, and I need it actually. Still need my meal prep. But that's the space that you guys needed, right? And you know that we spent half that day in saying, hey, I know kind of what you guys already like because of that marigold again, right? Mm-hmm. But by knowing what you guys liked and what you needed and wanted, we were able to then say, hey, this is a list in the Charlotte metro area that will work for y'all, because knowing that you're from Charlotte, born and raised, shout out to Charlotte, shout out to native, right? That you really and truly didn't want to be too far from your family, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all, she has a 20-minute radius. Okay. Where that is hard. As an agent, yes, location, but that radius, she's still not playing with it very often.
Yeah.
But with that also only had us in a certain area. And then we also have a pre-approval, right? We have an amount that we have to stay with that you guys are okay budget-wise.
Yeah.
That's also a part of the process, right? Is to say, we're going shopping, but every time you go shopping, even in real life, you got a budget.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we had to work in that. So what we did was spend half the day, right, together. And on that day, y'all know me. Like I said, we like the drinks too. So we went house shopping. We went for some drinks too. And we went through that discussion of which one was the best fit for y'all. We still talk about it to this day because you had to make options, right? You had to outweigh the pros and the cons. There were some like the Frost that y'all remember, right?
The Frost.
In university, the Frost is a floor plan by Lennar. Shout out to Lennar Homes. But that is a floor plan that you guys like, but what, it was too far in the back?
Too far back in the neighborhood.
Too
much traffic in that area too, so.
That was one of the houses that you guys still liked. It met the bedrooms. It had a loft that you liked. There were some other things that you liked about that one, but it didn't make the list.
Yeah.
You still thought about that Marigold, but the Marigold was a 4-bedroom, right? And the neighborhood was tighter, location-wise.
We love the location.
We love the location.
You love location-wise. It just didn't have that room that you really want, and the finishes.
Yeah.
I think it came down to some of the finishes for you.
Yeah.
And then came to the part where I hijacked y'all.
Yes.
I will let y'all talk about the story.
Yes.
Y'all, I am an agent who's going to hijack you. Not nothing illegal, but I am going to hijack you and tell them how I hijacked you.
Yes. So of course, like we already talked about, due to the multiple failed attempts, I was like, you know what, just show me what I can get. Don't show me something that's outside of my range or that is not going to be reachable, you know? So she was like, no, I'm going to show you this home. It's only like 10 minutes outside of Charlotte, you know? And then so we go driving and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to have anxiety. We're getting a little further outside of Charlotte.
But wait. I also took you to a community on the way though.
Oh yeah.
Yes, remember I stopped and then I was like, this is like 5 minutes away. Y'all can't go 5 minutes down the road. Yeah. And I did not send it to you.
Yeah, you didn't send us that one, but we did stop there. You remember?
I felt like that was a trick. I felt like that was like, let me just do a pit stop so they don't realize
the
distance.
They are telling my strategy, but yes, that's exactly what it was.
Like,
and
this is not what we like. We don't like this.
Yeah, and my mind was already set because I had already seen the Chatham from video. So
yes. When I did do a
pre-video,
yes,
I already knew, but the location was so far away that I was like, I just can't go that far away from my family and where I'm from and just everything I know. But I had an open mind. And when we got there, I was like, okay, it's a little bit further, but I'm going to have an open mind. And we walked inside and it was just everything that I could ever dream of. And I was like, there's no way we could possibly afford this house. There's no way that I'm actually going to be living in this home. Like,
it's so spacious.
Yeah.
It was.
It's more than what we asked for, actually.
It was a lot bigger than I expected. She had already seen it, sent me the video. I think that was kind of like a way of like, hey, just prepare yourself. And I said, okay. She's like, okay, we're going to go see it. That's fine. We go see it. The drive was a little ways, but once I got there,
this is literally still. If you are from the Charlotte area, live in the Charlotte area, it is literally 8 minutes from downtown Mount Holly, and downtown Mount Holly is still considered Charlotte-Mecklenburg County. This ain't far at all, and you could still not get on the freeway if you wanted to go uptown Charlotte.
Understood, but it was still different. It was outside of our comfort zone.
Right.
Yes.
You know, me originally living uptown, her living near her family. Now it's like, it got to be a median somewhere. And so now we're going more on the outskirts. Okay, it's still Mecklenburg, it's still Mount Holly.
Yeah.
Good. But long story short, once we got there, it was amazing. I was like, yeah, this is the house. I can figure out the commute, but
It went from y'all looking at 4 bedrooms to then getting a 5-bedroom. Shout out to Meritage Homes, our partnership with Meritage Homes. Dimitri, shout out. As you guys can see, check me out on Meritage's homepage as well. Featured there as one of their agents. But yes, it is a 5-bedroom home with still study. If you wanted it to be flex space, her wine room is looking amazing, right? Love that. And also, you got a pool in the community, which they don't do, a low HOA. Like, it is a killer community. And we also went to, not only do y'all host events, but your neighbors do too. And we went to that party the other day, the Christmas party that we went to, and found out that everybody in the community is popping and wanting to do events and doing stuff. So it's like, it's also another area, another community that y'all are also a part of and creating as well, even though it might be further. So I'm glad that y'all are loving it there, starting to love it there. And also, y'all are on the main road, and we're one of the first, like, what was it? It had to be like 15 people to purchase in the home, like, at first. So you guys are still gaining that equity because there's so many houses that are building still in the whole other 2-3 phases that they have. So really and truly, when you're buying a house, that's also one thing to be important on is either to purchase in the beginning or the end, like we've talked about, because of that equity that you're going to have, and also the deals that you can get.
Oh, so, for sure.
Right, for sure. The deals that you can get. Exactly.
Definitely.
We'll keep that for another episode. Okay. But yes, those deals as well. And also, I love that you guys, and thank you guys for supporting my business, as you also being a business owner and being a business owner, is supporting being able to help families like yours is what I do this for, what our team does it for. And so thank you for giving us the opportunity to do that as well, and to share our story, not only here, but y'all share it all the time. And that helps me make connections with other families to help them and to go and help folks get past the same fear or disappointment that you guys had. Because it's normal in our communities. It's normal in our culture to say, who buying a house? That's something thousands of dollars, or I haven't seen someone do it. And really kind of breaking it down that it doesn't have to be bigger than us. We are bigger than the house. So we can purchase it and we can make it our home. So
I can agree.
Yes. Well, thank y'all for being a part of the Yaminah Co, not only as clients, but also behind the closings with Akila, Yaminah, and sitting here and drinking and chatting with me.
Absolutely. And we appreciate you. And, you know, speaking of thanking you, you know, it's the holidays.
Yes.
And we hang out. We have a good time. You know, we appreciate you coming to our charity event.
Yes.
Thank you.
What, a week ago?
Toys for Tots, right?
Yeah.
Toys for Tots.
My nonprofit partner with Toys for Tots. Yeah.
License to Heal Project. But we have a gift for that.
Thank you.
This is for the charity event.
Oh, yes. Because I left without it.
Yes, you left without that one.
Thank you. Ooh. Y'all, they got goodies. And like we said, they already know me. Had to come with the drinky drinks. Thank you. This is perfect. Little hot chocolate. Yes. What is mine? I'm not going to show too much.
And then we also gave you a gift for Christmas.
Thank
you. You're now our realtor / friend.
Yes.
And so we can't go without.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh. Yes, the drinks. Oh, it's okay. It's special, so I'm gonna open it.
Special.
It's special.
I'm gonna open it with everybody being. Okay. Y'all know we got the wine room too. That's what we started the wine room together. Yeah.
It's engraved.
Oh, thank you.
Engraved for you.
Oh, thank you for getting it engraved. Do y'all see that? Woo! Yes. And it's marked with the year too. I don't care how long this stays in my wine room.
Oh.
I'll drink it at some point, but I don't want it to probably take too much on me. The bubbles. But this is so cute. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Oh, let's do another cheers to that. Thank you guys for the drinks, and thank you for the gifts. Thank you for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
That's a wrap, y'all.